But all right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Shakadash. Double honors to the apostles, and that is the GMS pushing his word to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. This is the GMS National Brothers back with another lesson. And Lord, when this lesson is edifying to the elect, you see on the title of the screen, man, different skin tones, same curses, hashtag Israelite foreigners. Okay? So we're going to get into how, which the thing with Jake is carnal, okay, but they gotta understand, because some Jakes may wake up to the notion that they're Israel, all right, they're Israelites. They don't fully understand that it's more than just a black thing. It's more than a Hispanic thing, but mainly black, because they like just go black. But you gotta understand that we've been scattered. When you read the scriptures, that we've been scattered across the four corners of the earth. We're all gonna look like different shades, different textures. Some brothers may look different, but they got the same talk. Okay, and that's what a lot of Israelites don't understand, because that's basically a scripture that goes into how it's, I'm trying to say how I want to word it. It's playing upon the holy, but it's a stumbling block onto the wicked. Some Jakes can't get past the skin color shit. We talk about it all the time. Jake be more racist than Esau. Skin color this, skin color that. God forbid you a man of color and you slept with a white woman or a Hispanic woman, your child come out yellow and bright. No, that's not how it works. Okay, so basically we're gonna tap and get into that, because when you read the book of Numbers, which obviously I'll have that on deck, but I know for you I'll give it to you, lawyer. But that is deeper than a skin color thing. You are what your father is. The child can be purple. If his father, it goes back to one of the 12 tribes, he's an Israelite, man. Okay, so we're going to get into that, break it down, and Lord, when this is edified to the elect.
Because kids are known for taking the likeness of their mother. That's how the Lord operates. So I'm going to get this because he said, the title says different skin tone, same curses. Because the curse is going to be upon Israel wherever they go. So Deuteronomy 28:45, it says, moreover, all these curses shall be upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded. And it says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And the seed doesn't change. No matter what the kid look like, the seed don't change. We have an apple tree or apple seed, right? And I planted in Japan. Is it a Japanese apple tree? Hell no. It's still an apple tree. It doesn't matter.
Just an apple.
Yeah. And then even different apples, it's over 1,000 different apples. Only ones we see today is yellow, red. But guess what? When the scientists cut that apple open, whether it's red, green, purple, because you have apples like that, guess what? It has the same, not genes, basically the same chemicals. It has the same chemicals that an apple would have. It doesn't matter what color it is. It doesn't change.
It's not going to have the chemicals of the orange.
Yeah.
The chemicals of the banana.
Because if I may add,
yeah, that's right.
if I may land real quick, but it's a lot that cut you off. But apples got different colors. All right, you got the standard, the regular, red, yellow, green, and then we even got, when we looked it up, that you see purple and black apples. I know Elder Zahab, Mississippi, speak about his different forms of fruits, different colors, and all. There's a lot to take in, but it's the same seed, it's the same fruit, despite the color. But I just want to throw that in.
Yep. And so Israel's the same way. It says Ephraim is like a cake not turned in the book of Hosea. So the northern kingdom, Ephraim, on down, guess what? Because of the rape, robbery, the murder, the slavery that happened, they're going to be light skinned today. All the tribes ain't looking like so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. The Lord don't work like that. The Lord likes variety. And like how the brother quoted, it's a stumbling block into the wicked. So the Gentiles, which even we are, we're fucking Gentiles. We were not now. We were Gentiles, carried away
After
these dumb idols. Yeah. You can get that real quick, because we were in the Gentile state of mind. But guess what? The Lord had washed us with His Word, and then we came right back into knowing who we are. And also says that I was called by people. I get that. Yeah.
Because it reminded me of, I think it was Timothy's dad.
Yeah.
It was Timothy's dad. He was a Greek, but obviously he's an Israelite through blood. But you know, he's walking around, oh, I'm a Greek, whatever. But then, you know, Timothy's in the truth.
Mhm.
Okay? But that's just, you know, a quick point.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Israelite by blood because he wasn't born a Grecian. Okay?
Mhm.
But he was underneath that custom, that heathen custom.
Mm-hmm.
But you got it, bro.
Is 1 Corinthians 12:2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Mm-hmm.
So we was once in this state of mind to where we was following after the ways of the heathen, believing the ways that the heathen do. And that's anything aspectively, you know, marriage, the way that we should present ourselves, the customs that we should be following. We was following after these heathen, but now coming to this truth, we're no longer staying upon our enemies, but rather we're staying upon Yahweh Shemi outside. And that's the beautiful part that the Lord has had mercy upon us, that He's given us this understanding, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to know which way we should walk and which way we shouldn't walk.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna get this, Romans 9:25. I can get more, but I'm just gonna get the main point. Romans 9:25, it says, as he said also or says Hosea, or see, which means Hosea, as he said also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And so that's going into the Gentiles, you know, because we weren't the people of the Lord. We was known as blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. Now we're being known as the people of the Lord, you know, and we was in that Gentile state of mind. Thinking of African Americans, Haitians, you know, Puerto Ricans, all these different bywords, which is also part of the curses. Us leaving our heritage at Jeremiah 17. You know, all the tribes went through that. We got comments. Shalom.
Yeah, but we call him Shalom.
So that's what we went through. We all went through that. We fell away. And so guess what? The Israelite foreigners, they gonna fall away. They gonna believe in the white pride bullshit. You know, they're going to do the different things. They're going to do the customs of the heathen that they're around or they look alike. And that makes sense because guess what? They're in the Gentile state of mind. And it's confusion, you know? Because, hey, ain't nobody telling them that they're Israelites except for us. Even other camps. You know, what they push. Black only, Latinos, Native Americans. That's it. This brother wouldn't even be accepted, you know, with some Israelite camps because he's too fucking light-skinned. It's bullshit. But he got on the garment and he's praising the Lord, and you fucking not.
The Negro only Israelites.
Yeah.
So even like myself, they would say that I'm not an Israelite. Both of your parents ain't from the Southern Kingdom, and yeah, blah, blah. So I wouldn't be considered an Israelite.
They wouldn't even look at you like they would still, even though you said you Northern, they don't look at you. Nah, he black.
Yeah.
I don't care what he say, he black.
Yeah.
But
I had someone tell me that. Actually.
yeah. Because I was, there was a point in time when I first came to the truth. I was talking to this one Israelite black on the Israelite, and he was telling me that I was a mamzer, and that he said that I wasn't considered Israelite because my dad was a Israelite, but my mother wasn't. And so then he said that I was a mamzer, and I said, okay, so what do I need to do? He said, keep the commandments.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But then I came to the full understanding that what he said, like you said, was bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like how the brother quoted in the book of Numbers, is determined by the seed of the father. You know, like I said, you go.
Real quick, and then you can break it. Continue your point. Numbers 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
Right, so it's a patriarchy that we believe in. So you go out for your father, no matter what you look like, no matter what your mother, you know, or what her lineage is, you know, you are determined by your father. You know, that's who your lineage is, who your race is. It doesn't change. You know, and that whole mother shit, got this book right here, that's what the Amalekites do. So I got this book, it's called The Story of Religion. I had this book for like 5 years. I did many lessons on it on my channel. And so the first chapter, of course, you see it says Judaism, you know. And so I'm going to read a little bit of this. And it says, Judaism is not just a religion. The Jewish people are an ethnic group. Everyone has a Jewish mother is considered Jewish. And it's going to fuck off. Because like how we just read, it says that you're determined who you are by your father, your pedigree.
Yeah.
So this is false, and a lot of our people, you know, they fall victim to this
It's false ideology.
this
False
false,
doctrine.
this false religion. You know, you're not Jewish based off your mom. You know, you're so-called Hebrew Israelites based off your father.
Because when you ask Jake, like they came to the camp, and you just had a conversation. You ask them, "Oh, what's your race?" Well, my mom. They always want to know the mom because Esau pushes the mom. The scriptures say, "Push what your father is."
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. Well, my mom's Hispanic, my dad's black. Well, you're not Hispanic. You're not Latino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because Jake always like to run to the woman. Okay? My mom is Grecian. You're not Greek. Okay? My mom's Japanese. Okay, that's cool. You're not Japanese.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You call it something.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Because he said with that logic, King David would be out.
Yeah.
But Joshua 24:2. It says, and Joshua said unto all the people, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, your fathers dwell on the other side of the flood, and in old time even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nector, and they served other gods.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I quoted earlier before, like Timothy's father, he's an Israelite through blood. Okay, you don't become an Israelite. You're born being an Israelite. Okay, and that's what a lot of people get misconstrued. You don't become, I turned into an Israelite. No, you're an Israelite through blood. Okay? It doesn't matter what you look like. You can be, like I said, you can be purple, cream, chartreuse. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
If your father is an Israelite through blood, through generation, okay, you are an Israelite. It doesn't matter what you look like, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. And we're trying to warn people that there's going to be Israelite foreigners that may look so-called white, so-called Asian, okay, Russian or whatever, Slovakian, whatever, Palestinian, that they may go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. It's a strong possibility. We've been scattered. Okay? Go ahead.
And we're more than any other nation. You know, we've been scattered into other nations, so guess what? You're going to go from being brown, so-called light, and you're going to keep lightening up. If other nations are around you, and you're the so-called, not the majority, the minority, you know, but the seed don't change. And so,
If I may real quick, because it only takes 1 or 2 generations.
yeah.
If I was at, I'm a lighter skinned brother. My dad is damn near his color, if not darker. But it only takes 1 or 2 generations. If I was at the baby with a white woman, that baby would come out with blonde hair and blue eyes. And then, like the brother you called said, he said if that was the case, then King David would be out. He would be a mamzer. But what line did Yahushua come through? King David. He came through King David's line,King Solomon.
So Yahushua's an heathen.
Exactly. He's a mamzer.
And then your mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mother looks like a heathen, but she's a Gadite. She's
Exactly.
so-called white.
Mm-hmm.
It's spiritual, man. And that's what a lot of you fucking Israelites don't fucking get. Okay? You know, Kai, priest or whatever the fuck. They got some white people. GMS got some white followers. Oh yeah, he's an Israelite. He stayed in the camp 4 hours. Oh yeah, he stayed in the camp 4 hours and tried to learn again. He's an Israelite. He's trying to get the word. We've had a lot of foreigners come up to the camp, man. So you damn right. Fucking idiot. But go ahead, Salaki.
Yep. This is I'm gonna get Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna get verse 15 and then jump down to 64. You gotta break it down, brother. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15, and it reads, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee, this day, that all of these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Mm-hmm. So all these different curses, us being sold into captivity, no man shall save us. You know, we're gonna be scattered into other nations. That happened unto us. You know, and so when you're scattered into other nations, what happens? You don't have no choice but to branch off and still populate amongst the nations that you're among. And that's what happens. Everybody loves Jake. And especially
And we love all these women.
you know, even though the nations hate us, the women want us. In this book that I'm bringing out a few points in, you know, make it quick, you know, it proves that. You know, even this Edomite scholar, he's gonna go into that. They always knew that. Why do you think, you know, what's it called? Why you think these different laws in the South was passed? You know, but like this book goes into Edomite women, their desire to be with Jake men because
see
they
that in
know
movies?
who we are. Yeah.
You see in the movie that they depict to be, slave movies and everything.
Jim Crow law.
Jim
That's
Crow,
what it's called.
The
That's what it's
women, I mean, they were through because they were married,
Yeah.
but they would run to the cabins
called.
and be wanting to get it with Jake. Some of them threatened them.
Yeah, forced them.
Yeah, forced them. It's
Just
like,
like on time of Egypt.
Yeah.
When they did the same thing to Joseph.
Mhm.
But he didn't go, he didn't listen.
Mhm.
But you have Israelite men who was being forced to do these things.
Mhm.
And she said, okay, if you don't, well, I'm gonna tell him you did it anyways.
Yeah.
Still told anyway.
Still told
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed. Oh, he raped. Oh, okay. I didn't say that. But fuck.
I mean, that's what happened. That's history. You can't lie about history.
Yeah.
Before you get into that, brother, you might want to get this quick precept.
I don't care.
To prove it, to go in what you speak on. Deuteronomy 4:27, and the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, that's plain, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen, and the Lord shall lead you.
Mhm.
That's something quick.
Yep,
The Lord
yep.
scattered us. We're all going to look like different nations. We're all going to look different. How do you think even all three of us brothers, we all look different? We're Israelites. Some of us may be browner than others, darker, lighter, whatever.
Mhm.
But the fact that we all understand this word, right, we're in unison,
Mhm.
okay, and on one accord, proves that we're Israelites. You have to be an Israelite to get this word. Okay?
That's that Romans 8. The
Yeah,
spirit,
8:16.
Birth witness.
Yeah, the spirit.
I can grab it for you
Yeah.
real quick.
Yup.
I can grab it for you real quick with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So that's why, you see a so-called Asian coming up to the camp, Shalom. That's the power of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
That's the Lord.
Because that's him acknowledging who he is. That's why that white boy is always around some niggas, and he blends well. He's not trying to be a brother, he is. Because you got some that's trying to, fake the funk, so to speak, but you get weeded out. The Lord gets your ass up out of there. But the ones that actually take, they're gonna be around. Even with this truth. Those brothers is able to say, Yahweh Shemel Shah says that the names of the Lord are a terror unto the heathen, brother, paraphrasing. So they're not gonna be calling upon Yahweh Shemel Shah, fearing the Lord. No nation, that's apocrypha. No other nation have known the precepts of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Right now, second
Second
Ezra, 2 or 3.
Yeah. No other nations have kept the precepts of Yahweh Shah except for Israel. They got a beard. Even them, like our Elder Apostle Hart going to the Bible told
Yeah.
Edomites so-called, those are Israelites. The ones that's the Aryan nation, a handful of them are Israelites. Name of them, but they gang banging shit. That's what it really is. Biker gangs. And a little side note, I had read something about the Hells Angels and what they did. I think in Malachi simply, what they did for this so-called Israelite, well, not so-called Israelite, but the so-called Black Marine. They found his body, and they was gonna put him in a FedEx carrier, and ship his body or his ashes to his family. They rode from all the way from fucking California to deliver his ashes to his mom. Ain't no Edomites gonna give a fuck about Jake like that. So a handful of them, or hell, all of them, they were Jake, man. Jake is gonna feel remorseful for his people. Then he's gonna be down for his people. The Edomites is coming up, so-called kissing the foot. Them no fucking Edomites, man. Those are Jakes. And be careful because you don't want to offend one of the little ones. You don't know if they're gonna wake up. And all you other camps, man, you gonna go on slavery.
He's of the elect.
Yep.
You don't know that.
It's a price to pay for that. So be careful.
I got that second Ezra.
No, yeah.
Cause it was 3. Second Ezra 3, I'm sorry, 34. Second Ezra 3 and 34, I'm gonna read that at 36. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance. And there's also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found, but in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 35, or when was it that which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight, or when people have not kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
So the heathen can't keep the precepts of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Just gonna skip over that. You see the so-called, white guy teaching the Bible. The actual 100% doctrine that ate the whole roll, calling upon the names. Asian doing the same, or Samoan. Just gonna skip over that precept and say it's a heathen. You're fucking stupid. You know, and the Lord ain't dealing with you. And it's a stumbling block to you.
He's dealing with that, brother, not you.
Yeah, but
He's in
gonna
the
get
spirit.
beaten up.
Yeah.
He's gonna get beaten up, you not. So, you go ahead, bro.
Because we got that Deuteronomy 20 and 15. And I wanted to also jump down to that verse 64 as well, because there was curses that would come upon the Israelites because we disobeyed God's commandments. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to look like this. I want to be, I want to have some melanin. But these was curses that have been brought upon us because we disobeyed God's commandments and we did not walk in the ways that He required of us. That's why these things have befallen us, the Israelites. That's why we in the predicament that we're in today. That's why we under the curses. So Deuteronomy 20, I don't know why it says 15, but Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. Deuteronomy 28, 64, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." So we have been scattered, which when you go into James 1 and 1, to the 12 tribes has been scattered abroad, that we're going into diaspora. When you go into that word diaspora, it goes into the Israelites that have been scattered amongst the heathen nations. So we've been scattered. That's why we look like different shades of colors. Brown, light brown, white, light bright. Very dark. We've been scattered among these other heathen nations. That's why the Lord in the scriptures in Jeremiah liken His heritage unto a speckled bird, where many different colors, as well as like you said in Ephraim, Cape not turned. He's dark. He's dark, light. You see some Ephraimites who are dark as hell, and you see other Ephraimites who are light.
Like this damn paper.
Yeah, light. And that's not just them, but all the nations, especially like Issachar, Dominican Republic. I know
black.
black.
You can shade
I know
about
black.
Yeah, dark as hell.
You got
The afro.
because I was talking to two Dominican junks. One was damn near my color, and the other one was your color. We come in many different shades, but these are the curses that befall upon us because we disobeyed God's commandments. So we're cursed.
What I be telling y'all brothers? Jake be having sex, but don't be knowing how sex works.
Sperm, seed, don't know none of that shit.
The genetics, well, nigga, intertwined with the black man and the white woman and mingled. Then they had a child. The light-skinned child got with the white woman. That mingled. That trickled down. Yeah, the child's gonna now be blonde hair and blue eyes. No shit. But his lineage goes back to Judah
Through his father.
through his father.
Because when you go into the quote-unquote Jewish religion, their lineage, they believe, they push forth, go back to their mother. Which shows that they're not the people. They're going contrary to the scriptures.
The taboo,
Exactly.
full of sorcery, witchcraft. And then, what I was gonna say too, I was gonna say something dealing with what he said. Damn, I forgot. I'm gonna get this 1 Peter 1 to back you up.
Alright, I got a precept too.
No, you did good. 1 Peter 1 and 1. It says, Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, strangers scattered through Pontus. Get a fucking map, Jake. Now I'm not talking about those that know. But the ones that haven't ate the whole road, this is stumbling blocks until you get a motherfucking map and look up these cities. And this is where Jake is. Due to the Greek captivity, we're going to get into that. The Hellenizations, purity, So Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to strangers scattered through Pontus, Galatia, the book of Galatians, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, elect according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit. So the elect of Yahweh have been sanctified. They've been woken up. They've been washed with His words, and now they're going to believe in Yahweh. That's where that Matthew 10 and 5, came into play. With real quick, Matthew 10 and 5. Damn, I took it down real quick.
Yeah, those aren't strangers, like the stranger, because it says strangers scattered abroad. Those aren't natural born Gentiles. Those are Israelites that have been scattered. Why is Peter speaking to them? But then in every other scripture, it's speaking about the Israelites who've been Okay, so James was only talking to the Israelites, but he wasn't talking to the natural born Gentiles. We're all supposed to be on one accord. So why is James speaking to just the Israelites, but he's not? He said to the 12. So when you read this book was written to the 12 tribes, which were scattered abroad. He's not speaking to any other nation, but we're supposed to be on one accord. That's when the knowledge has to be revealed unto you by Yahweh Shai. Matthew 13:11. It is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given.
Possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When he was traveling, when he was doing, what he was doing, he was talking to Israelite foreigners. Okay, he was talking to heathens and Israelite foreigners, and just Israelites in general.
Because he's trying to weed out
Yeah.
Israel. Like he's trying to not weed out, but it's like it's a sifting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how the Lord said he's gonna sift the house of Israel amongst all nations.
The Ethiopian eunuch.
Yep. You know?
Yeah. So he was speaking to the Ethiopians.
No, you can go ahead.
I was saying because the Ethiopian eunuch, the Spirit told, I forget who it was, Philip, go speak to him. It's an Israelite. How do you understand what they're? How can I accept some man? Teach me.
Yeah.
Showing you that we have been, just because it said Ethiopian doesn't mean he was an actual Ethiopian. Not the woman with the daughter, the Canaanite woman, was it?
Yeah.
I forget, the Canaanite woman, she was Israelite.
Yeah.
But the woman at the well, she was
a heathen.
Yeah, she was a heathen.
Because that's why the Lord said, go get your husband.
Yeah.
And he gonna get these living waters. You can't. And that's when the Lord said the true worshipers gonna come in
Yeah.
at a certain time. So that's getting ready to happen. The true worshipers of Yahweh Shemel Shai is being reeled in. And they're gonna look like other nations.
Yeah.
Because even the southern kingdom that was in the land, they couldn't fucking get it. When the Lord came onto the scene. Now that's when it says he's gonna go to the dispersed.
Dispersed among the Gentiles.
Yeah.
Come on, so
That shows that Vocab Malone is fucking losing. Man.
Yeah.
Now he's starting to lose his mind. He ain't sleeping well at night. Because he keeps coming with the same rhetoric, the same ideology. Nigga, the Israelites have been scattered, bro. Okay?
Yep.
And you're not an Israelite. You want to be an Israelite. He's not an Israelite, man. He's twinkling in his boots.
He's an Amalekite.
Man, that nigga's small hand. That nigga's finished, man. I got this real quick.
You did have. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, because the brother you called brought this out. Psalms 147 and 19, but the point is in 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. Not everybody.
Yep.
Not those that call on Christ. Psalms 147 and 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Yep.
As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Yep.
So there you go.
And that's plain and simple.
Oh, go.
No, I'm just backing you up.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, man. Okay, we just brought out already a plethora of scriptures backing up all the points we talk about. The book, okay, books with an S, okay, proving our points more and more. And then when you read the accounts, the apostles and the men of the Lord in the scriptures, they already were up to par in understanding about the Israelite foreigners between the Greeks and the Gentiles. We're talking about the Greeks and the Jews. Okay, they already knew the separation. They already knew the difference. Okay, they weren't struggling. But then you got niggas in 2024 claiming they're Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, but struggling about the other Israelites and other Israelite foreigners. The Northern Kingdom, JP stumbling and struggling with that. But you're not. That shows that you're not eating the whole roll, because eating the whole roll plays a giant key part of understanding that we've been scattered. If you struggle upon that, then you're not going to get anything else.
Back up real quick. In this Matthew 10 and 5, I'm going to bring this out real quick. It says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not in the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of Samaritans enter you not. Why? Because heathens were put in their land. And at that time, the understanding wasn't fully given unto them to understand about the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners. But the Lord said, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as you go preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So later on, that understanding was given unto them, on who the Gentiles were, about the Israelite foreigners. That's when the book of Acts come into play, the different signs, the different miracles that they were able to do was given of Yahweh Shemel Shai to basically gravitate toward the Israelite foreigners. They'll speak in different languages, teach this word in different languages. that's where everything came into play. You know, so that's when they went among the Gentiles and was able to teach. They had to get their understanding. Just like us, we had to get that understanding. You know, you have to let the Lord basically sit with you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't reject the Holy Spirit.
That's when we were Gentiles.
Yep.
Because before you came to the truth, we were Gentiles, which were just Israelites who were not in their right state of mind. So once again, Timothy's father, I gotta keep using him. He's a prime example. He was a Gentile because he wasn't in his right mind. He's walking around in the earth. I'm a Grecian. Okay? No, you're an Israelite. You're not a Grecian. Okay? So that's the real definition of what a Gentile is.
You were just in that lane.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're gonna touch on that. Then you got it, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get it in the NLT, not the NLT, the NIV. John 7:35 in the NIV. The Jews said to one another, "Where did this man intend to go that we cannot find him? Will he go?" Actually, no. I'm gonna get in the KJV.
It's a little better.
Yeah, but it says John 7:35. It says, "Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?" So it said, "Will he go unto the dispersed?" So when you're going under something, you're going to them. You're not going to anybody else. You're going to them. Will he go unto the dispersed? So they already knew. They already had the knowledge, like you said earlier, that Israelites are Israelites, and no other nation has a part of these scriptures. So there's that. What is he going to go to the Israelites in the other lands and teach them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because really, the Southern Kingdom wasn't regarding anybody else in the outside of the Holy Land to be Israelites. They seen them as Gentiles. So he's going to go to the Israelites and the other nations and teach them, because they understood that we was dispersed and that we were scattered. So, and then it says, why would it say going to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? It should say, will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the dispersed?
Yep.
Because really, whereas the Israelites are as gold, and then you throw that gold in the sand, you're not looking for the sand, you're looking for the gold. So the gold has been scattered amongst the sand being the other heathen nations, and the Lord is looking for the gold within that sand. It's not like they're saying, so yeah, how is I going in that sandbox, but he's not looking for he's pushing the gold around, going for a sand. You're not going to go for the sand, you're going to go for the gold.
Yeah. When we go out there and teach week in and week out, starting with the apostles and elders and down to the younger brothers, we're preaching among the Gentiles. So when Jake comes up trying to acquire the word, we're speaking and teaching to a Gentile because he's in a Babylonian, Roman, Grecian mindset. Because his mind is filled with American philosophy, Edomite philosophy, Edomite doctrine. So that's a Gentile because he doesn't know he's an Israelite. So every time we go out there and do these videos and go out there and teach, you're speaking among the Gentiles. It's not hard, man. It's really not. But if it's hard for you, it's because the Lord doesn't want you to understand it. It's really simple. When we understand these scriptures, we read and we learn from the apostles and elders, everything it clicks to us. We don't struggle for 3, 4, 5 days to a week. I still don't get it. No, we get it right then and there, man. And a true follower of Yahweh Bashar Shai is going to get it right then and there. Not going to have an issue. Okay?
We're dispersed real quick, if I may.
Are you good?
G1290, diaspora, a scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. So we've been dispersed among the heathen nations, but that's why Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh sent His Son Yahweh Shai, and also through His men, through His prophets, to bring back that diaspora, the Israelites that have been scattered, and bring them back into the fold. Hey, you're not a Greek no more. You don't have to follow those customs. You're an Israelite. These are the customs that you should be following, which was the same thing that was brought upon us. You're not an American. You're not an African American. You're not a Native American. You're not a Latino. You're not a Mexican. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, and Ephraim, and all down. We're no longer, it says, as ye were Gentiles in the flesh. Because we were once following after these customs, but now through the Spirit of God, we're singing outside, we have come back. Because the same thing happened then, and it's happening now. We are coming back into this fold, and these books are showing us, like the brother we still hadn't even got into it, are showing us that, hey, nature knows no color lines. They show us who we are. And then the Spirit also shows us who we are, man. That we are the Israelites, sons of God.
Man, Draco would be like, ooh, you gotta look past the skin color, bro. But then he's the first nigga to say that skin this and you ain't black and you look at your auntie and look at your mama and your father and you know, hypocrites, man.
No one's black.
Right. Black is something that's evil and tainted.
His shirt is goddamn black.
Yeah, my shirt is black. Look at my arm and look at my shirt. If for some weird reason, niggas be 25 plus and struggling with their colors. Well, I'm black. You're a color? Alright, well, brown, you got a nigga arguing with different types of brown. I mean, yeah, you're different shades of brown, but you're still an Israelite, nigga. Look past this skin color shit. We're all gonna be in the right state of mind and looking properly how we're supposed to look. A true proper Israelite when we get into the kingdom and when we get them new bodies. Right now, we have to suffer and deal with what the Lord has dealt with us because we fell away. So this is a punishment. So we're gonna have Israelites that are gonna look like the other nations. That's a punishment, nigga.
That's where you put on the common board. Micah 7:9, I will bury the indignation of the Lord because I've sinned against him.
Sinned against him.
We've sinned against him, so we gotta bear it. We gotta bear with the skin color. We gotta bear with the Esau, the Edomites being over top of us. We gotta bear that not all of our people are gonna get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get into that.
I'm gonna run through this real quick.
Right.
Y'all got extra scriptures. We can break it out. But really, I'm just gonna run through this. This is some key points. If y'all wanna, butt in or whatever, go ahead. So right here in this book, it says the story of religion on page 11, or in Judaism. It says right here, under the Persian Empire in 538 BCE, King Cyrus the Great of Persia, modern day Iran, conquered Babylon, or Babylonia, southern Mesopotamia. He allowed all the people exiled by the Babylonians to return to their lands. And so who was under the Babylonian captivity? Israel. Judah. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the southern kingdom, basically. It says he allowed all the people exiled by the Babylonians to return to their homelands, including the Jews. Most Jews, let me say this shit slowly, most Jews chose to stay in Babylon. So they were Gentiles, they loved Babylon, just like here. This is modern day Babylon.
I want to put down the pork.
Yeah.
I want to do my own thing. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm African American. That's a Gentile state of mind. That's proving the point more. Go ahead. It's modern. The niggas try to confuse. We're in modern times, so you're going to say things like, I'm American, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Italian. All right? A Gentile state of mind. Go ahead.
It says most Jews chose to stay in Babylon, where they are thought to have enjoyed a fairly prosperous life.
See that?
Yeah. It says around 50,000 Jews returned in several waves to Jerusalem. They rebuilt the city, and in 516 BCE began reconstructing the temple. There are friction between the returning Israelites and those who have remained. It says the returning exiles found that the Jews in Jerusalem had become lax. They were not following the Torah laws, and many had married non-Jews. They married non-Jews. And they married non-Jews around the 5th century BCE. Religious leaders Ezra and Nehemiah reinstated Jewish law in Judah. It says the Jews renewed their covenant with the Most High, vowed not to work on the Sabbath, to pay a tax, to support the temple, and not to marry non-Jews. So in this other section, it says Hellenism, and this was one of the main parts I wanted to get. It says the next, which they don't talk about, is the Greek captivity. It says the next measure of evil, it says, and the fortunes of the Israelites occurred when Alexander the Great defeated the Persians in 333 BCE, then conquered Judah the following year. Alexander was from Macedonia in northern Greece, and he and his successors promoted Greek culture within their empire. Many Jews became attracted to Hellenic ways. They started to speak Greek and abandoned their traditions. Hostility developed between Hellenists and traditional Jews. And so that's plain and fucking simple. they became Greeks outwardly. Well, shit, spiritually. You know how they dress, put a cap on your head, fucking what they call it, snapback. You know, yeah, that's why.
But Jake don't know the history of the hats.
Yeah.
There's a history behind that. That's a heathen custom.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you're walking around nowadays, you see a guy wearing a hat. You know, are you wicked? No, it's just, but there's a custom behind it.
Yep.
They don't know the proper understanding of hats, but according to the scriptures, it's off, it's wicked to preach and prophesy and pray with your head covered. Mm-hmm. So that take that cap off, nigga. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then this is a little lengthy. I'm just gonna skip around, get the main points. And some of this is I'm reading. You got to pick the meat from the bone. Because Esau still wrote it, but he's telling you truth, and it's backed about apocrypha.
And where the scripture also, it said that they accomplished a diligent search.
Yeah.
They wiser than Daniel. Mm-hmm. So they doing these things. It's not like they just, I think this. No, they actually looking into this shit. They probably examining the artifacts for years on end. What's that book called again?
Which one? The story of religion.
If he's studying the human body and knowing how the body functions, you don't think he's tapping into anything else?
Yep.
The skeletons that may have still been there.
Yeah.
And then because you can distinguish an Israelite from a non-Israelite.
Yeah.
The teeth, the skull. I forget there was something else. The femur or something. I forget what it was. It shows that that Israelites have like an extra they have something about them that makes them more athletic as well.
Something about the leg or something like that.
Something about that. Some in the leg that shows that we're the Israelites, as well as showing that we're a lot more athletically built to do these sports, and why Jake is so athletic and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard about that. Wow.
Oh, wow.
We're on the soul of earth.
I heard that.
Yep.
But that shows you we're supposed to be over these other nations. The Lord said He ain't well so any nation, any other nation. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go on in.
Yeah, it was a little bit more. So this part on page 12 says the Maccabees, and it says the Apocrypha. It says the tensions between Greek and Jewish traditions led to a revolt in the 2nd century BCE. At this time, the Seleucid kings descended from Alexander the Great's generals, which is in Apocrypha. Seleucus dominated Judah and tried to Hellenize Jerusalem. It says between 175 and 163 BCE, Seleucid king Antiochus V robbed the temple, banned the Jewish practice of circumcision, and forbade Jews from observing the Sabbath and reading the Torah, so they became Hellenized. Plain and simple. I'm going to jump to this other paragraph. It says a final Jewish revolt led by Simon Bar Kokhba, that's the Yiddish. It says in 132 CE drove the Romans out of Jerusalem, but in 135 CE they reconquered the city and enslaved its population. By this time, most of the Jews had left Judea, which the Romans had renamed Palestine. They had dispersed to different lands in which they became known as the diaspora, a Greek word meaning scattering. Mm-hmm. Plain and fucking simple.
Yep.
And that's what they don't want to talk about, you know? And so what's taught? The actual Gentiles, the heathens can get it, and that's not it. And then also too, real quick. So in this book, Nature Knows No Color Line, on page 131 says Negro ancestry and white race. Why is it saying that? Because you're going to have our people that look like so-called whites. So real quick, during World War I, I'm making quick, on page 131, National No Color Line says the First World War brought considerable mixing principality between French Negro soldiers and German women on the Rhine. As was discussed in Volume 1 of Sex and Race, the offspring of these are gradually disappearing into the white population. So the offspring of so-called blacks are disappearing into white populations because what's happening? They start to look like the white race. So that's what's happening. It says German women, I gotta read this, German women who from what I've seen and read of them, are very fond of colored men, welcoming American Negro soldiers with open arms in 1945.
Dark Ages.
No.
Well, not that, but not what you just read during the time of the Dark Ages.
Yeah,
It played a role with that,
Yep.
with Europe,
Yep.
where Jake was doing a lot of populating with those women.
Yep.
That was the point. Not
Yep.
what you just
Because
said.
this is what, since he said that, this is what was happening. You know, this is of Germany, right? And so they know the history about who we are. You see Jake with the crowns, you know. And so yeah, just backing the brother up, like this is what Elder Malcolm was going to, you know. And so those are real coat of arms of us in Germany. So they know that history. Like how the brother had quoted, they accomplished the village search. I said church. Search. I'm gonna finish this out. It says, Miss Alice B. Shaw, U.S. Army Club Director, who was stationed in Bremen and in Bavaria, said Pittsburgh Courier, July 6, 1947, I have been in Italy and France, and I've seen the success of the colored soldiers with women, with white, so-called white women. It says, but never in my life have I seen women trail our boys as the Germans. The French and Italians showed a little reserve, you know, so they were kind of like, I want them, but I'm gonna kind of try to kick back. No, you won't. It says,
They should.
Yeah. It says not the Germans. So the German women, they were going for Jay. Hey, come on, American black man, come on. You know. It says, let's see, William Gardner Smith in his novel Last of the Conquerors had given an account of the German women and the Negro soldiers in the Second World War that is almost documentary. You know, and so what was happening? This is what was happening. We had a lot of mixing, so-called mixing, you know, which this would be an Israelite child, and that's the mom. You know, even she took on ways of how, I think this was her, you know, her mom, you know, she took on similar characteristics. So that's what happened. And like I said, Negroes are disappearing, you know, from the white population at the time, because what was happening, it was a lot of mixing going on. And so after the grandfathers, say we had kids, the grandfathers died, what the kids gonna do? They're gonna intermarry into their population. And after 2 generations, like their brother was saying, they're not gonna look like us no more. But they're gonna still bop, dance, you know, be the best soldiers, all that, you know. And also, two side note, we can close it if y'all got something, but side note, in this book, it also talks about how the American soldiers, Edomites, were leaving their children. So it ain't just Jake that go off and leave their children. So-called white men do the same shit, and it's even worse. In this book, it talks about them being worse. The actual, you know, Negro soldiers, they were there for their kids. You know, so don't believe in that stereotypical bullshit. You know, read these books. But yeah, y'all got something. That's really just the main point. You know.
Alright. Powerful. Matthew 4 and verse 17.
So if you still struggle with all this information that's been released, not even just from us, since the apostles and elders and our teachers, if you're still stumbling over this in 2024, you're just not meant to get it, man. Point blank period. Go ahead.
Matthew 4 and 17. From that time, Yahweh shall begin to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So that color thing is going to be your downfall. That's why a lot of Jakes don't wake up to the notion of the truth or understanding the proper understanding, because you can't get past the skin color. The so-called white man fucked you niggas up with that ideology to where now it's embedded into your mind to where color. But don't understand, we've been scattered.
Right.
Alright? So we're not all going to look like Eldridge Elba or Michael B. Jordan or Sam L. Jackson, whatever famous Negro face for entertainment. Okay? So, Lord willing, let's us edify to the elect. Before we close, we're going to give all praises going on to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Chakadash, and double honors to the apostles and those of GMS once again. Let's push this word for the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. And your brothers and sisters fighting this good fight of faith. Let no man take that crown. Shalom.
Shalom.